Fei-Fan, Balzer for Prima Marketing, and today I want to show you how to make this layout. We're going to focus on creating your own beautiful embellishment cluster. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be working with two different pattern papers today. The first is from the umbrella collection. You can see it has stripes on this side, and this side is kind of a bright polka dot. And the second paper is from the shabby chic collection. You can see it has this kind of lovely bird collage on one side and the handwriting over the ledger paper. And on this side, it's got some typewritten words and some flowers. And we're going to be working with these sides, the bright side and this side. And you can see that I've combined a bold pattern with something that's a little more delicate. And I think when you're working with two patterned papers, it's nice to mix it up that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a kind of U shape right from here. I'm not using a pattern. I'm not worrying about it at all. This is just meant to be a fun and easy kind of U shape. It's okay if it's uneven. It's okay if it's not really a U. The basic idea is just to get something that looks like this as a base for the layout. But I am going to use the leftover this to create a journaling card. And let me explain a little bit more about what I mean. So I've decided to use a 4x6 photo on my layout, just a standard print. And I know that I want to use a lot of embellishments on this layout. So in order to give some room for the embellishments, I'm going to put my journaling behind my photo. And here's how I'm going to do that. I just have a regular envelope, the kind that you would buy like at Staples or something like that. And I'm going to use it to put my journaling card in. But of course, it's larger than my photo. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark where I want to trim my envelope. And then again, using scissors, you could use a trimmer if you're a person who feels more comfortable like that, but I am super lazy, and so I just use my scissors for absolutely everything. And I'm just going to hack this off. And then if you're worried about acid-free, go ahead and use some acid-free tape. I'm not, so I'm just going to use some packing tape. And this edge right here, which I cut off of the envelope, you can see how it's sealed on two sides. I'm just going to seal that up with a piece of packing tape. I just fold it right on over the edge like that. And then I'm going to use my scissors again, and I'm just going to cut off the excess tape. So now I have this great little envelope that I can stick my journaling card into. And what I'm going to do is, because I know that I cut this slightly smaller than my 4x6 photo, so then I know that my journaling card to fit in the envelope has to be slightly smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably cut this paper down to like 4x5, and I will use a paper trimmer for that. So I'll be right back once I do that. So here's my card, which is now 4x5, and I'm going to use this as the back of the card. And this is the front, but you could certainly do it either way. And I would just write my journaling on this. For the sake of the video, I won't do it now, but you just can stick it in there right like this. And you can see how it sticks out just a peek, so you can grab a hold of it when you want to pull it out. And I'm going to put some adhesive right on the front of this envelope. Then I simply lay my photo on top of it. And now my journaling card is in here. You can't see it. It'll be easy to pull in and out from the layout. No problem. Okay, so first problem solved. So when you create a embellishment cluster, and I think that's something that you do a lot of times with Prima because the flowers are so gorgeous, you want to start with a focal point. And now I'm starting with a large flower. It's a Grande flower. And the nice thing about these flowers is you can see they've done so much of the work for you. It's all layered. It's got all the sparklies in it. It's all set to go. And once I have my focal photo, my focal flower, and I've chosen a nice neutral gray, I'm going to try to find some supporting flowers to go with it. And what I've chosen are these Belle Art Nouveau flowers, which are pretty. They are colorful, but they're also a little bit of gray, which I think goes with the Grande Dame. And also the round part in the center and the way the petals stand up is kind of mirrored as well in the look here. Now I like to work in threes. Odd numbers are very pleasing to the eye. So I think I'll probably put 2 here and maybe one on this side, spread these out a little bit. But can you see the problem that's already been created? I now, of course, have the problem, which is this is huge and this is small, and it's kind of, it's an odd contrast. So I need something that's going to sit right in the middle in terms of size. And so what I'm using for flowers on that one is these shabby chic flowers. And I have chosen these nice soft colors, the blue, the red, and the yellow. And you can see how the red in particular really picks up the background as well as the apron in the photo and the flowers on the detail photo. So I'm simply going to mix these up into these other flowers. I'm going to layer this underneath this flower here. I think it's a nice idea to layer flowers on top of, underneath. It just creates more dimension. And maybe put the blue flower out here as that's the strongest contrast, because you can see how the yellow actually pulls from the paper here. Okay, but these flowers seem a little disconnected. They kind of have that flower sneeze, sticker sneeze feeling. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a felt vine. Now this is a beautiful die cut vine, and it has adhesive on the back. I just haven't removed the paper from it yet. And I think I'm going to put it right along the side here. But you see how it goes up onto the photo and into my face? I really don't like that. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut away that part of the vine. And they're so easy to cut through. Just a little snip there. And a little snip down here at the base. Boom. Just like that. And you shouldn't be afraid to cut these things apart, you know. I know, like, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to waste it, I'm going to ruin it. It's yours, it's on your layout, it's meant to be customized just the way you like it. And the good news is it actually makes your supplies go further, because now I have this whole other part which I can put right along here. And I get twice the vine, basically, for the same amount of buck, so to speak. So I'm liking the way it looks, but you know, something's really sticking out to me, and it's that this flower is shiny and nothing else is. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take one of the Say It in Pearl swirls, and this one is gray, just like the Grande flower. And the thing that's so nice is because they put it on this clear backing, you can kind of audition it around your layout and see where you like it best. And I think, let's see, yes, I like it right down here, I think. But it feels a little lonely, so I'm going to take another one. And this is actually a piece that I cut off of another of these Say It in Pearl swirls. And these just cut apart really easily with your scissors. You just cut right through the sheet and cut the section that you want. And I'm thinking that I will put it maybe up here. Okay, so you can see now I've kind of built my layout the way that I want it, and I'm ready to adhere everything down. So give me a minute, I'm going to get to adhering, and I'm going to have to turn it to face me. So I'll turn it right around after I finished adhering. Now you can see that everything on my layout is adhered down, and I made a couple changes along the way. I think that's totally normal and natural. As you're working on it, you may move, but the important things to notice are everything basically is around the edge of the grounding element. Things are grouped. I've used threes of similar items of the large flowers. I have a large, a medium, and a small flower. And for my title, I am going to use these fabulous, they're sort of fabric-y stickers. And I like how they have all these different sort of fonts. It's like a up and down and a big and a small, and it's very handmade and fun looking. And then at first, I have to be honest, I thought that these were decoration, these little diamonds and these little pearls, but they're just little individual stickers for you to use for whatever you would like. So let me put on the title. That's going to take me a minute, and again, I'm going to have to do it facing me. Voila, my layout is done. I hope you enjoyed this.